HOA Karen hosted a wedding in my yard, so I flooded it with dirty water. I never thought I'd be dealing with a wedding in my own backyard, especially not when HOA Karen is behind it. But when she showed up without asking, telling me she was hosting a wedding in my yard, I knew I had to do something. And let's just say, I gave her something she never expected. I had just returned from a week-long business trip, tired and exhausted. The last thing I expected to see when I pulled into my driveway was a full-blown wedding happening in my yard. Tables covered with white cloths, flowers everywhere, guests dressed to the nines. What the hell was going on? And there, in the middle of it all, was HOA Karen, looking like she was the queen of this event. She was directing guests around, acting like this was all perfectly normal. I couldn't believe it. I'd been away for a week, and Karen decided to throw her niece's wedding in my yard. No warning, no asking, just took over. I walked up to Karen, trying to stay calm despite the rage boiling inside me. She saw me and smiled as if this was all perfectly normal.
"Oh, you're home!"
she exclaimed.
"Isn't it just perfect? This is my niece's wedding, and your yard is just the perfect place for it. Thank you so much for letting us use it."
I stared at her, fighting to keep my voice steady. "You didn't ask, Karen. This is my yard, and I'm not okay with this." She waved her hand dismissively.
"Oh, it's fine. Think of the memories. It's all for my niece after all."
I gritted my teeth. "I don't care, Karen. You're not doing this here." But she didn't listen.
"Oh, you're just being a little dramatic. Relax, go grab a drink, enjoy the party."
I could feel my patience snapping. There was no way I was letting her get away with this. I walked around the side of the house, grinning to myself. I'd been planning to fix the drainage system in my yard for a while now, and this was the perfect opportunity to test it out. I walked over to the garden hose, turned on the faucet, and started flooding the yard with dirty water. I was near my car, watching the water spread across the yard. The guests were stepping around the growing puddles, visibly uncomfortable. I could see Karen starting to notice the mess.
"What is happening? Why is the yard flooding?"
she screamed. I casually leaned against the car and called down, "Oh, just some water runoff. Happens every time it rains."
"You need to stop this right now."
Karen was scrambling now, trying to manage the chaos. I couldn't help but smile. "Sorry, Karen, but I think it's too late now. The yard's flooded." I stood there on my porch, sipping my tea, watching the wedding crumble. It wasn't even that much water, but it was enough to ruin everything she'd set up. Guests were slipping, the flowers were getting ruined, and Karen's niece was nowhere to be seen. A few minutes later, Karen stormed off in frustration, the wedding a complete mess. I stayed outside, enjoying the view. I didn't have to do anything drastic. Just a little flooding, and Karen's big event turned into a disaster. Maybe next time she'll ask before she takes over someone's yard.